boys, the Monday Scramble. It's an episode. We're doing it with a guest, but no Corey. That's an important one. No Corey this week. How crazy is that, Adam?
He's a real piece of shit. I think that to not rock up to your own show. I have never missed an episode of the Friday Feast. Never. And that's because there's only been 4 or 5 episodes in the last 6 months. But I've never missed one. This is disgusting behaviour. He's been fined by TGP.
Fined by TGP?
Yep, don't you worry.
Well, I'm excited for this episode with you. And we'll get into it. I'm assuming you've seen some of these legendary episodes before.
I've watched all of them, which probably says too much about the time that I have on my hands to have watched all of these episodes. I particularly enjoyed my tag team partner, Chris's. That was a good laugh.
Yeah, he was interesting.
He's a crazy guy.
Sorry, it's that fly. It's interrupted me. I tried to get it out. It didn't want to go, and now
it took us so long to start recording because he's literally like jumping around the room trying to get this fly.
Yeah, maybe the bloopers just showed me like fucking doing the somersaults around my room to try and get this fly out.
Do you have all the bloopers saved? Because that would be a really fun episode to just put out one day. Just bloopers.
I have everything we've ever recorded still saved.
There you go. We should do a blooper episode one day.
Yeah, we definitely should. But that's not today. Adam, we're going to interview you. I'm so excited for it. I already know the answer to most of these questions because I've known you for so long. So actually, it's going to be probably a pretty dead episode.
Yep.
But, Adam, question number 1. I'm super excited to see your response to this because everyone else has got different ones. Are you ready?
I am ready to be judged again.
Question 1. What is your favourite starter?
Okay. So I feel like I have to give... I like the answers that everyone else has given. So I feel like I've got a better understanding coming straight into this. I'm going to say Totodile.
That's crazy, actually.
I like that guy, man. Yeah, I'm a big Bulbasaur guy, but I don't know, right? Totodile is just kind of the guy. He's just a cool dude.
In a million years, I did not expect you to say Totodile out of everyone.
I'm usually a grass type guy, to be honest. It's usually where I put myself, but I don't know.
Totodile. Have you ever heard someone say they're a grass type guy?
Yeah, I don't know. I always sort of, I don't know. I always have been a little bit, especially, like first gen. I mean, the first 2 gyms, you're locking them in. And you can't go wrong with that. They're locked down straight away. Bulbasaur just locks them down.
Yeah, I mean, Bulbasaur is a guy, But Totodile is the guy, apparently.
There we go.
You know what? That's crazy. I love it, because I actually can't remember the next question. So, what hooked you into wrestling? Or what is currently hooking you into wrestling?
So...
however you want to answer it,
OG, obviously you know this, but to share it with the audience, we had some DVDs back in the day, let me tell you. So I remember that probably the first WrestleMania I watched, didn't watch it live, but was WrestleMania 17, because we had a DVD that my dad got me from a car boot sale. He brought this home, because I was sort of getting into wrestling, watching a little bit on Sky Sports, whatever, right? Just flexing that we were rich enough to have Sky Sports.
Yeah, I know. What the hell?
We were watching like a bit of wrestling and stuff. So my dad was like, "Oh, let's buy him a DVD." Bearing in mind, I was what, 5, 6? I was young at this point, right? And he walks in with a DVD, just whacks it on, and I'm watching Raven, Big Show, and Kane just smash the shit out of each other backstage at WrestleMania 17. And I'm just like, this is great. I love this. So then I take this DVD to Kyle and his brother Aaron's house. This is pre-Corey. It was simpler times. Kyle was only like, what, 3?
Yeah, Aaron was like young. I've watched that video or that match way too many times because of you.
Yeah, and Aaron was a bit older than me, and we whacked that on. I had a little watch of it, and yeah, I think we were all hooked from then. And that DVD went from, we used to go to Skegness to visit our granddad, and that DVD was played every single time. Every single goddamn time. And we all sat there and wished the Hardy Boys would win the tag team match. Every single time. The result would never change.
It's as if we just couldn't figure it out.
We were just like, oh, surely they're going to win at least once.
How bad must they be if they keep losing?
Yeah. Yeah. And then I remember we got Royal Rumble 2008. We upgraded. We got a Royal Rumble 2008 steel back version of a DVD.
Yeah, with that one, it's just confusing why John Cena kept getting injured every single time.
Yeah, he just wasn't there. And then he was there. And then we had like Armageddon 2008 as well, something like that. We had a lot of the 2008s. They were very popular on that trip.
Corey doesn't shut up about Armageddon, genuinely. Yes. You know what it is about him? He absolutely ingrained in his head.
He wasn't on these trips because when Corey started coming with us, this was like post Portwood DVD player. So kind of like Corey didn't see any of these back in the day.
Just a weird guy, you know what I mean? No, he's not here. We can all chat shit about him.
Yeah, he deserves it, doesn't he?
Great answer. Obviously, like I said, I know all these, but it's nice for the fans, you know?
There we go.
Okay, tier list time. Are you ready?
Yeah, we get cooked.
Oh my lord, this is going to be so hard for you. Never mind. There we go. It's scuffed for you, not for the fans, but it's scuffed for you.
Right.
The category, I made this ages ago, this is why I'm like so confused. The category is wrestlers, but not about them being professional wrestlers. How do you rate them outside of them being professional wrestlers?
Right, okay.
So I say to everyone, just try and keep it quick. Keep throwing them out there, and we'll just go person by person.
Right.
We're going to start with Hulk Hogan.
So I can't see your tiers at the minute. So what's the lowest tier again?
The lowest tier is F, and the highest tier is S.
Yeah, I'm going to put it. Oh, I can see it now. Great. And now I can't again. This is the.
I don't know why it's scuffed for you so badly.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. He's going in F tier though. He is a genuinely horrendous human being.
Yeah, I think I'd judge you more if you didn't say that, to be honest with you.
Like, not just the fact that he supports Donald Trump, not just the fact that he's racist, but just in general, he just seems like a pretty bad person.
Yeah, he's pretty terrible dude.
Yeah.
Next is Xavier Woods.
Outside of wrestling, so that's just game.
Outside of being a professional wrestler.
So gaming and sex tapes is basically what I'm judging this on.
Yeah. You'll notice that there's a common theme that some of these have got controversial outside of wrestling.
I would probably put him C tier, mainly because
I don't think his dick game's that good.
No, I haven't seen the video in question, so I can't comment on that. However, gaming wise, I liked his videos that he did with Kenny Omega a couple of years ago when he used to do gaming with Kenny Omega. I liked them.
Yes,
so I would put him in C just for that. As a general person, by the way, he's amazing. I love the dude so much. Like what an absolute legend he is. Well, I can't put him higher because we've got to be harsh.
Okay.
You know,
I mean, we don't have to be
anything. We have to be harsh because I see these episodes about people like, you could put everyone in S tier. Like, well, what's the point in S tier if everyone gets it? It's not special. But I make this special.
Mike and I was exactly like that. He didn't put a single thing S tier.
Yeah, well, we're the same sort of guy.
The Miz. Where are you putting the Miz?
Okay. I think the Miz is at least B tier.
Okay.
Because obviously he's got Miz and Misses, which I've not really watched. I've seen all like the trailery bits and all that, and he does some Make-A-Wish stuff. He does a lot of stuff for WWE outside of wrestling, and like his films are pretty awful. Don't get me wrong. Any film he's been in is awful. WWE Studios films, but they're pretty terrible anyway. That's not exclusively a Miz issue. I'm going to put in B tier. I think he's like high C, low B. So I'm going to slap Mike in the B tier.
Yeah, that's probably exactly where I put him as well. He's not a bad guy. He's just not an insanely cool guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like him. I like the dude, but
Hopefully,
he's big.
you can actually see it now.
I can see it now.
Beautiful. Next, we've got Mr. Phil Brooks.
Oh God,
Government name.
Um,
Outside of being a professional wrestler.
I don't know if he goes F, to be honest. He's
Why?
F
You're gonna Hulk Hogan's mustache him?
No, he's D. He's D. Because he can't be in the same as F. Because like he's not racist and he's not like a outwardly Trump supporter or anything. So I can't say he's on the same badness of level of Hulk Hogan because he is a much better person than Hulk Hogan is. But think about what he's done outside of wrestling. He went to UFC. He was awful, right?
Yeah.
God awful. Me and you stayed up and watched both of his fights, and they were absolutely dreadful.
I think that's why I'm a CM Punk hater now. He
Because
made me stay up to watch that.
Yeah, they were so bad. They lasted like next to no time as well. So yeah, that was terrible. His Colt Cabana interview, I loved at the time, but then as older I get, the more I realise he was really like, yeah, I don't know about that. So yeah, I don't dislike him. Like I like CM Punk as a wrestler. I like him in WWE. He's just never shown to be the best type of bloke, and he's not as good at like. I don't like him as much as I like Xavier Woods. So in that sense, he can't be in C.
That's fair.
So yeah, sandwiched in the D spot.
What about Dwayne Johnson?
Oh, this is hard for me. This is hard for me.
Look, I think he's quite accomplished in life. One of those famous people on the planet.
I think he's been as successful out of wrestling than in wrestling, which is quite a thing to say about somebody that was as successful as he was in wrestling. But I don't know. He's just so like. I mean, his films are. Some of them are really good. I like some of his films. Some of his films are awful. But most actors have that, right? Like good films, bad films.
Yeah, most actors have good and bad performances, good and bad films.
He kind of plays the same role in pretty much every film.
If not to pollute your take, I think Dwayne Johnson's actually kind of a dog shit actor.
He's just a traditional action. Like my favorite, like if just on a slight tangent, rock film is probably Central Intelligence. I really liked that film, like with Kevin Hart, and Aaron Paul. Like it was a good film. Like he was basically the same person, but he was kind of funny in it as well. Do you know what I mean? Like I enjoyed that. So I'm going to put him in A, mainly because he's just so successful outside of wrestling. And I think to put him lower than that would be really unfair to him. Yeah, if we revisit this and he runs for president and gets it, by the way, I'm going to put him in S.
Well, depends how good of a president he is, I guess.
I mean, does it matter how good of a president you are in America? Really?
True. Getting the politics out.
Yeah.
Then we've got Edge.
Oh, I don't like Edge.
Yeah.
I can't even lie. So, okay, say I don't like him's pretty harsh. I'm so neutral on him. Like, I loved him back in the day. Well, I say I loved him. I hated him because he was a heel, but he did it perfectly. And in his prime, he was so good, and I put him so high up. He came back, and he was okay. His return was one of the best returns of all time. He came back and he was okay. He went over Finn Balor at Mania, which still bothers me. I know it's not his choice, by the way. I know he's not saying I'm going over. I don't think he is anyway. But it's all of that just pollutes my opinion of him. And I was trying to sell people that planking will give you a six pack. And I don't buy that Edge, to be honest.
He's good in Vikings. The TV show.
Yeah, I mean, sure. But he is now trying to sell a planking product with Christian. And he says the only reason he could get back into wrestling was because of planking. And I don't think that that's true, my guy.
You don't quite buy it.
I'm not quite on that, to be honest. And do you say outside of WWE or outside of wrestling? You said outside of wrestling.
Of wrestling. No, okay. Outside of being a professional wrestler.
Okay, that's fine then, because I don't even need to talk about his AEW still. I think he did a great job in AEW, by the way. I just want to point that out there. Like, fair enough. I don't know. I'd say C, to be honest. I don't think he's done loads.
Putting him with the sex tape guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I'd put him lower than that because it feels harsh. But yeah, I'm going to put him C. Is Daniel Bryan on this, by the way? Because he can slip himself right in next to Hulk Hogan.
No, I very much intentionally didn't put him because I thought you'd go on like a 6-minute rant about F tier.
Yeah, I might still.
Then we got Big Paul Levesque. Levesque?
Levesque, I think, but it's fine.
Big Triple H.
I'm already going to confidently say I'm going to put him in B because I can't. Can you put him higher than that? I mean, what has he done really outside of wrestling?
Well, it's outside of being a professional wrestler. So you can include if you want him being a booker, promoter, etc.
I'd still say that's in wrestling, though.
Sorry, are you debating my own rules?
Yeah, I am, because that's in wrestling. It's like you can't say not in wrestling, in wrestling. Okay, I might have to change these tier things around a little bit. I'm not 100%.
You're debating my own rules.
Okay, can you move Xavier Woods up to B, please?
Okay, that is absolutely fine.
And yeah, you know what? Move CM Punk up to C. I don't know. I feel like maybe I was harsh on Punk, right? He said some stuff that was a bit arsey 10 years ago. I think now, I think he's changed a lot in his stuff, and the stuff that he had with Jack Perry and that, he was kind of well, it's kind of obvious now that was probably Jack Perry's fault. So I don't know. I'd put him C. I put Phil C now.
Yeah, that's fair.
But look, Triple H.
Are you gonna bring up Hulk Hogan now?
No, I'm going to leave him down at the bottom where he belongs, in the fiery depths of hell with Kenny. That's where he belongs. Now, look, Triple H B, just because I think Triple H, I really like him as a dude. I'm not 100% convinced he didn't know about all the Vince McMahon stuff yet, though. So
yeah, I think that's up to interpretation, I guess, right now.
Yeah, so he's a B/F, depending on how that goes. To be honest.
Well, we got Chris Jericho.
Oh, this one's so difficult because I think I think Chris Jericho is probably top 5 of all time. I think he's one of the GOATs.
You do love Chris Jericho.
I really rate him that. Right here. That's the thing. I really rate him that highly as a wrestler, but Fozzy are just awful. I can't even This is the thing, right? Robbie's the sort of guy that's like, oh, Fozzy are amazing. He doesn't actually like their music. Like, if Chris Jericho wasn't the lead singer, would you like them? You wouldn't, would you?
Yeah, so this question really was, what tier would you put Fozzy?
Oh, I mean, I'd put Fozzy in a musical tier of F tier, but I think Chris Jericho's podcast is all right.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I mean, because it's I'm not saying that's wrestling related. His podcast is different. It's outside, isn't it?
Again, it's just not being a professional wrestler.
Yeah, so I kind of feel like his podcast is open to being that's pretty cool. But then he's just said some really stupid stuff on interviews, really stupid things.
He has got 8 brain since leaving WWE.
The stuff he said about China on True Geordie's podcast was just weird. I'm going to put him in D.
Maybe it's a thing where he always was an 8 brain, but he was in WWE he held it back.
I think you can be protected by the WWE bubble a little bit, though. I think as soon as you're out of it, you're kind of in your own world then. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to put him in F because I just don't feel like anyone's on that level of Hulk Hogan.
Oh no one other than Hulk Hogan is on that level.
So I'd like to caveat to everyone that the gap between D and F is quite small on the screen. It's much bigger in my reality.
You just didn't want to put anyone else.
That is a chasm of a gap between Chris Jericho and Hulk Hogan. But yeah, I think D is fair.
Yeah. Well, finally, we've got Stone Cold Steve Austin, but with the caveat, if he had hair.
Oh, I might like him less with hair.
Wow.
To be honest. Maybe it's just because I've watched him for his whole career and my whole life be bald, but never a man looks better bald. He's one of the best suited bald men. Yeah,
I can't imagine him with hair. Oh no, obviously I can't because we've seen it, but I can't imagine him with hair now.
And also his WCW days when he was like stunning Steve Austin. I don't think he suited hair then.
No, he didn't really. He looked like a bald man with hair.
Have you ever seen pictures of my dad in the 80s? He absolutely looked like a bald man with hair. Like, shout out to my dad. First time he's ever been shouted out on this podcast.
That is true. Other than earlier when he bought you some stuff from the car boot sale.
Oh yeah, he's got a double mention on this episode. Was that on your bingo card going into this that my dad had got a double mention?
No, you're throwing absolute curveballs at me.
What a guy. This phone stolen last week. Anyway, that's just irrelevant, isn't it? Stone Cold Steve Austin. So, Broken Skull IPA is really nice. I've had it. As I look, it's gone. He's gone.
Can we just reference earlier, before the episode started, and you said, we'll prove Corey was the issue with the rambling. You just hit me with that. Yeah, my dad's phone was stolen. Oh, come on, Em. Put Stone Cold somewhere.
Okay, so I like Stone Cold's podcast, right? I like his beer. It's nice. So there's a couple of things that are outside of him being a wrestler. And he's had a lot of years to not be a wrestler. So I would have put him A if he didn't have hair. I think the fact that he has hair, I'm gonna have to put him C.
Oh Jesus! You think his life would have been completely different if he still had hair?
I don't think he would have been as popular if he had hair.
You know what? I actually fully agree.
Like, I think it was part of his working man look that he didn't have hair.
Yeah, it was part of the Texan rattlesnake kind of vibe.
Yeah, but if he didn't have hair, I'd say he's probably he's well up there. Maybe I like bald guys. Maybe
that's why you keep bringing up your dad.
I mean, The Rock's bold. He's in it. Maybe you just have to be bold. Triple H is bold now. You just use the wrong picture.
I've been using all of the wrong pictures.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go back to the questions because, Jesus Lord. Next question. Can you give me a hot take? Just any hot take. We're going to tier list them, I think, at the end of the season.
What, a wrestling hot take or just a general hot take? A life hot take?
I mean, if you really want a life hot take, that's fine.
No, I better not, because that's gets the whole podcast cancelled then, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about what a life hot take would be.
Yeah, I'll keep it wrestling.
Don't say it like that.
What? Would you? What?
Don't be like, oh, I guess I'll keep it wrestling because I could go much worse.
I could, and I could. I would.
Stop saying this.
Okay, fine.
Lining us up with like the far right.
I'm not far right. I am far left. I voted far left. Anyway, let's carry on. Like this situation, right? Anyway,
give us a wrestling hot take.
Here is a wrestling
somehow you're
hot
more
take.
Controversial than Chris.
I've not said anything. Bro mentioned some pretty controversial people. All right.
Okay, yeah, he did decide in the last 5 minutes to just try and get us off air.
You guys did not see what Kyle edited out either. No. Holy shit, we would have been finished if Kyle published it unedited.
Yeah, he was dropping some nukes.
It's real bad. Okay, hot take. I'm gonna leave Daniel Bryan alone because
really
I've berated the guy so much on this podcast. Okay, I'm not going to leave him alone because I don't think he deserves it.
Me and Corey are having bets on whether your hot take would just be you bashing Daniel Bryan for 5 minutes.
I might do. So I think that the main event of All In has fallen off a cliff. I know that people are like, oh, it's Will Ospreay, it's great. It's Daniel Bryan, though. Oh, it's a dream match, Will Ospreay versus Daniel Bryan. Their styles don't mesh in the slightest bit. They are not going to have a really good match. All of the mocks in the front row with their stupid AEW t-shirts will be like, oh my God, they had a 5-star, 6-star match. And it'll be a load of shit. Because Daniel Bryan is a boring wrestler. He has got no charisma. He literally lived off an entrance theme and the fact that he looked a bit like a goat. I mean, he lived off that for years. And now he's in AEW with a stupid head, whatever the fucking hair is. pretending to be a fake bold man to get in my A tier, but that's not happening. Because I'm telling you right now, what is happening is that Will Ospreay is going to be working with a mop. And he's still going to make it a passable match because he's Will Ospreay, but it's going to be such a letdown. Considering last year's main event was MJF versus Adam Cole, and they had one of the best pay-per-view main events I've ever seen, and that's not me being biased because I was there. It was that damn good. This year's event's going to be a massive drop-off. I'm not going. And literally, Robbie said to me, do you want to go? And I said, no. I can't watch a pay-per-view main event by that little prick. So Daniel Bryan, if you're watching this, if you somehow see this, I don't like you. All right? I never have liked you. I never will like you. You were just a B+ player, like Triple H said, at max. I think he was being generous. I think you're a D- player. I think you were so bang average. I think you're in WWE now. I don't even think you get in WWE speed. I wouldn't even put you that level.
Wow.
God, I could have done more, to be honest.
That was all I could have ever asked for. Wow. For the record, I like Daniel Bryan. I don't know what Adam's issue is.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the last one, though. Someone I don't think is going to go onto your table of Daniel Bryan. But let's talk about 5 people that would get on your dinner table. Dead or alive, but they have to be wrestlers.
I'm picking 5 people and myself, or I'm one of these people.
No, you are not a wrestler, so you are not included in that.
I beg to differ. I believe that I went to a wrestling school for one session in 2015.
Weirdly, that came up the other episode.
Oh dear. Anyway, so they have to be wrestlers. I can't just say it's got to be a wrestler.
Yep, gotta be a wrestler.
Okay, so Hulk. No.
No, that's what Chris did.
Yeah, he would. I just want people that are really interested and they've got a lot of experience wrestling different places. So I'd say AJ Styles would be really interesting to have.
Thank you. Another AJ Styles. I love it.
As a dinner guest. I'm going to whack in Kenny Omega as well. He just seems like someone to get on with quite well. Good dude.
Yeah.
Just having a Bullet Club reunion here, really, aren't we?
Like to put Finn Balor in there.
Yeah, Finn Balor. No, so actually genuinely.
Genuinely, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like we did that whole top 3 wrestlers, and I put Finn Balor in mine. I love Finn Balor.
Oh yeah, you did.
I think he's great.
Wow, this really is just a reunion.
Yeah, I just really like Bullet Club. So Marty's good. No, I'm only joking.
Dude, why are you just as bad as Chris?
I'm not saying anything, all right? Jesus. God, being a wrestling man's hard, man. Okay,
no, it's not.
It just is, bro. What do you mean? You get attached to someone, you really like them, and
I've never been attached to someone that became controversial.
You're just fortunate then, aren't you? When you were a kid, let me tell you about Carl when he was a kid. He had his Hulk Hogan t-shirt. He had a fake Hulk Hogan beard. He had the headband.
Absolutely.
He came in. I remember he came in. He walked out like we did these entrances onto the trampoline. He came out to Hulk Hogan's theme.
Why would I, a British man, come out to I'm a real American?
He just did. Honestly, I swear he did do it.
Why are you trying to drag me down with you?
He was a big Hulk Hogan fan. I don't know what to tell you. He really liked Hulk Hogan.
For the record, no, I didn't. Give me a 4th person. Holy shit. You're the problem.
The Rock.
Corey be the problem.
The Rock was never in Bullet Club as far as I'm aware.
Not yet.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people been in Bullet Club. Never say never. I kind of I almost feel obligated that I've got to say Cody just because I'm a massive Cody mark. But
you drip with virgin energy.
I'm just not putting Cody there. No. I said I think I should put Cody, but I'm not going to put Cody.
Never mind. I take it all back.
Just because I really like him, but I think at this party I don't know. I'm not sure, right? So I'm going to go different. I'm going to go bold. That's not really bold at all. The guy has got a lovely full head of hair. I'm going to say Roman Reigns.
It
The
is
only issue with that
interesting
table,
that you've brought 3 Bullet Club members and 2 Bloodline members.
the only issue with that table that I see is there's no one on there that I can go for like a wild sesh after. I don't see that anyone on that table is a sesh head. Any of them.
I could definitely see Finn Balor knocking down some pints. He's Irish.
I mean, yeah, but maybe Finn would be the guy. Maybe Finn would be the guy. I mean, you could always just stick someone on the. I also want to point out the elephant in the room here that there's no women on that table. This is just a boys' night. It is what it is. It's just a boys' night.
I don't think it was an elephant in the room.
Yeah, it was. It was. There's
You've
always
now
someone.
made it the elephant in the room.
I don't think anyone put a woman on the table, did they?
Makazai put Liv Morgan. And his reasoning was because she smokes weed.
Okay.
He already had Jeff Hardy and stuff on there, so, you know. He'd already got the other obvious weed smokers.
Did he have RVD on there as well?
Oh, that's what he should have been doing.
Well, he's wasting his time. If you're going to commit to something, commit to a theme.
Matt Riddle, not RVD.
Oh, jeez.
I think it'd be high walking into the room.
Oh, dear.
But thank you, Adam. That was a nice 5 people. I am genuinely amazed that you haven't put Cody Rhodes on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Cody.
I'm
He's never
left
watch
a
this,
bit speechless at just the craziness of you in this interview.
Yeah, I mean, this is just who I am. This is not surprising to anyone.
Yeah,
I'm straight off a big win at Hell in a Cell, and I'm not Hell in a Cell, in a Hell in a Cell match.
Oh man, I do love you.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
You're just feeling it yourself, yeah.
Fuck you, Penny. Piece of shit.
Well, that actually brings me to the end. Do you want to say anything to anyone? Because we've had some people feuding and shit in these ending of episodes.
Yeah, Kenny, you're a real piece of shit. You're a real piece of shit. And let me tell you this right now. I beat you in a Hell in a Cell match. I demolished you in a Hell in a Cell match. I chucked you down to the fiery depths of hell, and you're still piping up. And let me tell you this. Let me tell you this right now. Kenny, you're not going to be piping up much longer. If beating you so badly in Hell in a Cell match wasn't as bad, that wasn't enough for you, I'm going to beat you even more. I'm calling you out for bashing Berlin right now in a in a different type of match that we'll figure out later down the line because I can't think of anything right now. But Kenny,
yeah,
me and you too.
Wow, Kenny, you've been put on notice all the way down in hell. I'm sure he's gonna love that or hate it. I don't know. I don't know. He's really. I've not spoke to him because he's been in hell.
Yeah, I just hate that guy so much.
That's fair.
Just real piece of shit.
Well, for the record again, Daniel Bryan, I think you're good. Kenny, I like you. Adam's got some shit that he's trying to sort out, I guess. You two have took the shots. Thank you for joining me, Adam. Corey is not here, so I can't even pass it to him. Would you like to end the episode?
Yeah, so I would say subscribe to THP Wrestling YouTube channel and our Spotify page.
No, that's the first time we've ever plugged the stuff to like and subscribe.
Yeah, drop us a follow on X. You know, we're pretty active over there. We've got some really cool stuff coming up that I can't talk about just yet, but we have some very cool stuff coming up for the rest of the year. So stay tuned for that. I think we'd be remiss, Kyle, if we didn't shout out Ilkeston Town and Jonathan Wafula, who we are sponsoring for this season. And that sounds like a fake plug like I used to make.
It sounds so out of the blue and fake that it's unreal. Yeah,
no, it is actually true. We are sponsoring Jonathan Wafula, Ilkeston Town striker. Ilkeston won 3-1 against Mickleover Sports last night. So well done, gents. Great win. Going to be a big season for you all. We're going to get down there at some point, aren't we, Kyle? So yeah, be good fun.